Hello, this is Carl from National RV Detroit. I'm going to show you through your 2020 Sunset Trail 253 RV. Okay, I'm here on the door side, moving towards the rear. Okay, so you got a power awning with an LED light strip. You have an outside kitchen with a refrigerator and running water. Excuse me, I forgot I'm using the camera here, or commonly referred to as my phone. And let's see here. This is your, let me pull this out of here. This is your outside range top, or your grill. It has a quick connect LP fitting, and you have to connect your LP fitting right here before you use it. So you're going to bring that down and you're going to pull this off. You're going to connect it and then turn the valve on to get gas, okay? You have cooking surface, okay? And it's pretty self-explanatory. The refrigerator comes on when you plug in the trailer. There's no switch on it. It just, as soon as it gets powered up, it turns on. Okay, this is your water heater. Okay, right now you can see it's drained right here. That's the drain plug for it. The switches to operate it are inside the trailer. Before you pull this plug out, always vent it first, like this, to let the pressure out so you don't get drenched when you pull the plug out. Okay. Now this water heater has to be bypassed before you pump any antifreeze in. I don't know your experience level with RVs, so you're going to have to educate yourself a bit on winterization if you don't know. But you have to bypass the water heater before you pump antifreeze in, or it leaves a really foul taste that won't go away. Okay. This is just satellite and then TV antenna through, cable TV antenna through, so you can hang a TV out here or set a TV out here and there's power. You got outside speakers, that's the vent for your furnace, a dog leash holder, your steps fold into the trailer. Just remember you have to have the door open when you do that, but also remember with this, well, you got just enough room with the awning, so you can't have the door, let me back up so you can see, you can't have the door open all the way when you're opening the awning because you don't want the arm to hit it, okay? That's important. You have switches for your power stabilizers, one at the back, one in the front. Each switch operates both the front or both the back stabilizers, like so. Now you don't lift the trailer with them, you're just going to snug them up and take the shake out of it. Okay, this is a sprayer that'll hook up to a spray port on the back of the trailer. This is your dump hose. This crank here will go into your power tongue jack. If it happens to fail, there's a plug on the top of it. You can pull it out. I'll show you. You can pull the plug out of it right here, and you can stick that crank in here and crank it manually if you have a failure. Okay, this is a reducer to reduce your 30 amp cord down to 15 amp so you can plug it in at home. Just keep in mind you can't run the air conditioner from this trailer off a 15 amp system at home, or else eventually you'll pop a circuit breaker. So everything else in the trailer you can run normally, but the air conditioner will eventually pop a circuit breaker if you run it at home. Deep cycle marine battery, two 20-pound LP tanks full. This is not a tank selector, this is just a gauge. You point out the tank you want to check and there's a little window, and if it's red you know that it's empty. Alright, your power tongue jack, just up and down, and a pitching light. Okay, this little thing here is a solar panel plug. If you wanted, it's for a solar battery charger. If you wanted to get a panel to charge the battery, that's where you would plug it in. Okay, this is your fill station here, or your water station here, I guess you would call it. This is your city water. This is what you're normally going to use. You just hook your hose onto it, turn it on, and the whole trailer is pressurized. Now, if you're at an older state park, for example, that has a fill station when you first go in, but it doesn't have plumbing on the campsite, you can fill your onboard water tank, your fresh water tank, right here, and then use the pump inside the trailer to pump it. So even if you're not on a site that has city water, you still can use all your shower and toilet and sink and everything. This is the kill switch for the battery. That's how you shut it off. That's how you turn it on. The only time you're going to shut it off is when you put it in storage. Otherwise you're going to keep it on. Okay. Light here. This panel is off right now just to show you where you winterize it at. I just want to show you that this hose right here is very difficult because we can only get close up with this camera. This hose here, if you follow it back, it goes to this valve right here, right? Whichever line this valve's handle is parallel with is the one that's open. So if you were to put it in this position where it's parallel with this line here, you'll stick this into a gallon of antifreeze. You turn on your water pump and it pumps it through the trailer to winterize it. You have to learn more about it if you're going to do it yourself and if you don't know, but that's the basic function of it. So, and then this, putting it back in this position, if you could see me, that's just, now it'll draw from the demand tank like it's supposed to in a normal operation. This is your cord. Okay, this is a black tank flush. After you dump your trailer, your black tank, which is toilet water and waste, you can leave that valve open and come up here and hook your hose up to this right here. Excuse me. And you can, it'll spray the inside of the black tank. It'll clean it out even better than just dumping does. You can, it'll clean off your sensors better, so it's a good thing. All right. Also, I mentioned your dump valves. They're right here. You got your gray valve and your black valves. Black valve is toilet water and waste. The gray valve is sink and shower water. You dump the black one first. That's closed. Let me see what he's got here. Hold on. I'll have to cut that loose for you. That's closed. So when you dump it, you'll pull it out like that. And then after you dump the black, you'll pull the gray. The reason being the gray water is cleaner than the black water, so it'll clean it out a little bit, okay? All right. That's where you hook up your power cord. You got a ladder to get on the roof. You want to, just like every other trailer, you have to inspect it and check the seals on the roof. So basically, you're going to go up there 3 times a year, in the spring and in the fall, and then once in the middle of the summer. You go up there, you walk around, you look at all the seals, and if you start to see cracking anywhere, separation, you have to take it and get it taken care of or do it yourself. Either way, it has to be done. Odds are when you inspect it, you won't have to do anything. But sometime when you go up there and inspect it, you're eventually going to. So that's why you're inspecting it. This little housing there is this is pre-wired for a backup camera. If you get one, we do sell them here, but if you get one, it has to be a Furrion that fits in that housing. When you turn your running lights on, it activates the camera so you can back up or use it running down the road or whatever you want to do, okay? I showed you the sprayer hose up front. That's where that plugs in. It's got a quick connect there. This is where your satellite campground cable or satellite go through, okay? You just run that coax right there. All right, so we'll go inside. Okay, so here we are. Let's see what we got. A control panel is right here. So we'll turn on the lights. Okay. We'll put the slide room out. This is the button right here for the slide room. So you're going to push it out. You can see it starts to move. Always make sure there's no cupboard doors or drawers open or anything that's going to interfere with it and get damaged. Back over this way. This one you just hold till it gets out. It'll stop, and then you just take your finger off the button. Right there, okay? Now, we have more light switches here, so let's get this one here. Get some light in here. There's going to be another one. Oh, there it is down here. That's for these lights here, okay? Now this other one is for your power awning. You're just going to extend it. It's hard for me to work the button and show you because we're so far away from the door with this here, but you're going to push it. I'll just run it till you can see it. And there it goes. It's just going to go out, roll itself out, and it'll go till, basically it'll keep going. So when you see the awning tube, the metal tube that the awning fabric's wrapped around, you know you're all the way out, basically. Never leave this out unattended. If you're going to leave the campground, roll it in, because the wind comes up real quick and it can damage you very quickly, okay? Alright. I mentioned to you that you could operate the water heater from in here. Always make sure there's water in the water heater before you turn it on. But to turn on electricity, you're going to go like that. To light it on gas, you're going to go like that. It works on either electricity or gas. The water pump I told you about for your onboard freshwater tank is right here. Okay. To check your levels, your battery is charged, but you want to check it when you're not plugged in, of course. Fresh water is empty. You can see it would graduate up in 1/3 increments here till it's full. Black tank is empty. First gray tank is empty. Second gray tank is empty. This one maybe has 2. I didn't see the other one. Well, if so, it has another gray valve underneath there. The reason I don't know if it does, because the sink is very close to the bathroom, so sometimes they'll just use the one tank. This is kind of a standard panel. It shows 2 tanks, even if they have 2 on board or not. But I'll try and find out before I end this video. But for sure, by the time you get in here, I'll know the answer to that anyway. I seems to be more confused than usual today, so bear with me. Okay. All right. While I'm here, this radio here it has 2 speaker zones, inside and outside, zone 1 and zone 2, AM and FM radio. You can stream off this USB stick here, so you can put a bunch of your albums onto one stick and take them with you. You can hook up wirelessly with Bluetooth to play your phones or your MP3s from your phone or your tablet, whatever. This is an HDMI in. If you wanted to go into the system, like with a game machine, for example, you could set it right here and use it during rainy days, whatever. That's just an easy way to get into the system, okay? This down here is the carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. If it's not, you want to get it serviced. If it goes off, you go outside, you shut off your gas, and you figure out what's going on, okay? That does LP gas and carbon monoxide buildup both. Okay, let me just look up here and see what we've got here. Okay, so this switch is for your antenna. Your antenna does AM, FM, VHF, and UHF. Anything that's broadcast it'll pick up, but you got to turn this particular one on. This is the signal booster for the antenna here. Okay, so you know what it is. Of course, the TV works like any other TV. This one swings out. Let me see how it swings out here. Yeah, this one swings out, as you can see. It's got a magnet that locks it into place, so you can swing it out and make sure you lock it in place before you travel, so it doesn't come out and get damaged while you're going down the road. Okay, you got a Norcold refrigerator, which is a 12-volt refrigerator. Right now you can see it's on. The blue light is on, or maybe not. Let me do this. There it goes. Now it's on. Okay, so it's decent size. Keep in mind there's a manual for every appliance in here that comes with the trailer. Plus you can go online and use manufacturers' manuals, manufacturers' videos. There's a lot of them. Most of them are pretty good. Your microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range hood vent with a fan and a light. Your range is here. I don't know if the gas is on or not. I didn't check. Let me find out. Yeah, I can hear it. There you go. So, basically you just turn it to high and then you rotate this clockwise and spark it and light it, okay? It has an oven. let me just see, look down here and see what kind we've got here. I'll shut off the light so we can see it a little better. Okay, so this one actually sparks also. So what you do is this is the oven knob here. You're going to turn it to, excuse me, let me get my other hand here. You're going to turn it to pilot, right? Then you're going to depress it and hold it depressed. Then you're going to turn the sparker clockwise, and it'll light the pilot light that's at the very back below there. When the pilot light lights, you still hold this for another 10 or 15 seconds till it heats up. Then you go to operating temperature, and it'll cycle on and off like a normal oven. But when you come back to off, the flame goes off in the oven, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time, okay? This is your power converter. It converts AC power down to DC power. So on this side you got 110 AC, regular household current. Some things have to run on AC, like your air conditioner or your microwave, things like that. Then the rest of the power is converted down to 12 volt DC over here. You see it got regular General Motors style auto fuses, and they're all labeled for all the 12 volt things in here. Everything that can run on 12 volts in here does. It's a preferred voltage. If any of these were to blow, they'll light up and you can see them through this tinted plastic here. Okay. Also, this is a battery tender, so when you're plugged in, it'll sense how much energy your battery has up front, and if your battery is, you know, totally charged, it'll just trickle a couple amps up to it. If it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs, okay? All right. This table folds down into a bed. You just use the back cushion to fill in the space. This one here, let's see what we got here. It is a tri-fold, so you have to pull the cushions loose here. Excuse my camera work. Sorry. No Academy Awards for me. Okay. And then you're just going to pull it out like this, if you can see it. The legs go down. I know I'm not doing that well, but you'll see it when it's out here. And it's out like this. Then you take the last section and flip it down into place. So it's not bad. It's not like the old ones where you have springs and bars in your back or anything like that. So, okay. Thermostat, you just hit it once to light it up. Then you cycle through here. Fan is the AC running without the compressor. Cool is the air conditioner running. Always try to use everything on auto. You got heat. And there's a lag time for everything when it starts and stops. So it'll take a minute. The heat just kicked on, and you saw when I selected it. So it took some seconds. Okay, let's see. Alright, so the bathroom. There's nothing special about the sink or the shower. They work like any other sink or shower. Okay. Alright. This GFCI, all the plugs in the trailer are wired through this one, even the one on the outside. So if you're using a coffee pot and it pops out there, you're going to reset it here. Alright. This is the toilet, obviously. Now when you have water hooked up to it, when I step on the pedal here, water will come swirling out, right? So the main rule is you can't use this dry. So when you first start to use it, you'll hook up your water and your power outside. You'll come in here. You'll take your chemical, whatever chemical you're going to use, and you put it right in there and stand on the pedal and let a gallon or two of water go in there, just so it's not dry. So each time you start with a dry toilet, when you're first, after the tank's been dumped, you're going to do this procedure, and it's good till you dump it, okay? But when you dump it, if you're going to stay at the same campsite, for example, you come in here and put the chemical in and put a gallon or two of water in there to start with. Also, one other thing, when it fills, after you flush it, it'll only fill about up to here with water. So if you stand on the pedal, there's a spot right here. You can see me push it down, the trap doesn't open. When you do that, water will come out. So you can do that and fill it up as full as you want before you use it, but you'll have to do that each time before you use it. Put as much water in there as you want, okay? Alright, storage. You have a fan and a vent. Always use the fan with the shower so you can pull the humidity out. Okay. So, as we move towards the bedroom, we have a, let's see what we got here, a foot locker here under the bed. Alright. A TV backer here to mount a TV, and there's the video and power. And the exit window, the escape window, which works like this. Okay. If you need to escape, you could push this all the way through, and then grab a hold of this red tab and pull the screen out, and you can just roll out the window and say your prayers. Hopefully you land on your feet. So, all right. Okay, so I think we've pretty much covered everything. I'll walk through it here one more time to make sure I didn't forget to tell you about anything. I want to set your keys back here. Okay. Yep, it looks like we've gone through everything. You'll still have some questions. You could call us and talk to us. Like I said, there's plenty of online videos, and every appliance in here has its own manual, so you can refer back to that. Got a huge pantry. I mean, this is very, very large for a pantry, which is cool. Okay. All right, I'm going to go look for that other valve I told you about, just to see if there is another one that I missed. Okay. No, I believe that that's it. So you have just this one, as best I could tell. So that's the only one you're going to have to pull. Yes. Okay. All right. So thank you very much for purchasing your trailer from National RV. And like I said, if you have questions, you can give us a call, take advantage of online videos, that sort of thing. Thank you very much.